I'm been there, done that. This is We're with Podcast Junkies.
Been there, but I have not done it yet.
Yeah, well, this is you doing it.
I've been there doing that.
What's up, everybody? I'm Podcastro, and this is the Been There, Done That podcast.
Very good.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's so nice to see you. So nice to have you. We are feeling good. It is the first of the year. It is the first month. I hope you are doing well. I hope you guys had a bunch of great time with your family, ate some good food. I still am in the Christmas spirit. I still got some good, red attire, all that good stuff. But listen, we all take this moment, reflect back, be grateful for the ones that you have, hug the ones that you love. Just take that time to tell someone that you love them because, it's amazing. But we need this Christmas. We need this holiday spirit all year round. We got to keep this going where we don't have to be all holly and jolly or whatever, but the love, that feel that you have with people, the Christmas time, you always feel, just make it all year. It's not that big a deal, Let's just make it have a good time. So listen, I know a lot of you been asking, have a lot of you been talking to me about these subs that are on my stories, that are at my studio, and I have the founder. I am so excited for you today because this is it, guys. You're going to find out how this started, where we came from, what's going on with the bread. Why is the bread so damn good? And so I am just so excited to get this episode started off. So without further ado, I want to introduce Antonio from What Subs. What's up, my man?
How are you, my friend?
Brother.
What's going on? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
All the good stuff, man. How was it?
Very good, man.
Yeah?
I ate a lot of food, like you could tell. That's why I'm wearing a black shirt.
Hey, I'm wearing a sweater because nothing fits me anymore. So, But
Beautiful.
Did you go anywhere, travel or anything?
Nah, just recharge a little bit, spend time with the family, and, get ready for work.
Did you open up another restaurant in the time that we've...
Working on it.
I knew it, man.
We're working on it.
This is... All right. I'm going to just jump right into it. Guys, this guy, you started with one...
Yeah, I started the first store in Deerfield about 3 years ago, 2 years and a half ago. It's been a long ride. It's been, up and down, and now we're here.
It's unbelievable. I see you everywhere. I see people, and I love how much your business has just taken off. It's honestly, you should be so proud of it.
Yes, listen, nobody knows how the future will be, but if you put a lot of hard work and love in what you do, it's like half of the bottle right there.
That is, I think, a huge thing with business owners and things, and I think it's the person behind you can make a good food.
Yes.
But you also have to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, listen, the food always has to be good, obviously, but it's so much more than just the food. The service,
experience,
being the little details. Make sure when the food comes in from the purveyor, make sure it's in the right way, it's fresh. Because a lot of time people just use it. Oh yeah, it's okay. We'll do this with that. No, we send stuff back. Something doesn't look right. It doesn't.
Quality control.
Absolutely.
You're on top of things. You are taking the care. And listen,
you still can't be perfect because things are gonna happen. But we try our best to limit it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I feel like also with being perfect, I feel like you never want something to be perfect because you always want to be better. You always want to make it better and better, right?
The nights that we don't sleep, always figuring out what can we do better or what we're going to do next, or your brain is always working, trying to always do better than the day before.
I love it. And thinking of all these different sandwiches, but also the classics, and then understanding that having good bread, I think, is also a huge.
So this is a great point because there's a lot of sandwich shops, around, or delis, markets that sell bread or do sandwiches, but the bread is like probably 80-90% of the sandwich itself. You know how many times at home you're like, oh, you know, I got this good piece of bread. I could put anything on it. It's great. It's going to taste great.
100%.
So, you know, we put a lot of love into it, especially the focaccia bread. It's, you know, 85% water.
Take a shot of that. Let me see that focaccia bread. Oh, my God. All right. You said 80?
It's 85% water. So it's very light. You know, it took a lot of, you know, months, almost a year to perfect it. Because, you know, you want to be able to eat it and not feel, you know, full, you know, after you eat a sandwich. Compared to like the cedar bread where, you know, that's like for me the sandwich what I would take on a boat on the water.
Yeah.
I'll take the cedar bread.
Yeah.
But on a daily basis, the focaccia is like my go-to.
Definitely, and I love that. And we're gonna dive more into the content, some food, because I love seeing all the stuff that goes out. But before we get into all the delicious, because I mean, you guys have to look forward to the end because you're gonna see so many. I'm gonna get you hungry throughout this whole show, but we're gonna show all of those good clips at the end. But I want to kind of start from the beginning. Where did this, like, did you have, when you were growing up, did you like making food? Did you have a passion for pleasing people with the customer service? Because you have all of it,
I think obviously I was born and raised in Italy, so I think that's obviously an Italian thing.
First off, let's start there.
You know, you come in as a stranger, you leave like your family, so that's the point. But, you know, it just came, I kind of wanted to just have more time to spend with my daughter. So I didn't want to like have the long hours of the restaurant business from 10 o'clock to midnight. I was like, I can't. So I said, what's really missing in Florida? What I think could be like something that I could do that the hours are great, but I can make a difference. And then I said, you know what, sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I said, let's do it.
Wow. But this was when you were in Italy or when you came?
No. So when I came from Italy, I went to New York. My family have a restaurant in New York in Westchester.
Gotcha. Okay, so you were in New York first, and you were working in the restaurant business, and you didn't like the hours, so
Correct.
then you wanted to spend more time with your daughter.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Okay.
So then when my daughter moved here, I want obviously to be here too as well. So then I decided to come here and make a better schedule, more for her than for me.
Wow.
So I said, what am I gonna do? That's gonna, like I said, to make a difference. I'm gonna do sandwiches. So we're open from 10 to 5. Right now I know the location. In the future, we'll see what's going to happen. But, you know, I love it, you know, and it seems like it's short hours, but during those hours, it's like chaos, you know.
Oh, of course. And there's nonstop. It's nonstop.
Yes, you know, there's days, obviously you got good days and bad days, but overall we're steady, you know, everybody comes in happy, you know, obviously you always going to have those issues in there, but we always try to fix them. And that's it, you know, we started with that. The first year was tough, like any business, you know. If it was easy, everybody would be in business, right?
Of course.
And then it just, you know, like you said, every day you perfect it. Took the best items, what sell, what didn't sell. And then we went full blast on just sandwiches. We cut everything out that wasn't really going. And then put my head down. It's okay, I'm going to make this work every day and night, figuring it out and just perfect the bread and just, you know, make it different. And
so would you? I love. Now, would you say those roots, that discipline to get the best to do, was that?
Well, that's the background, obviously, for my family.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, my father and mother.
Okay.
My father was the first chef to cook in the Colosseum. He cooked for Sylvester Stallone, so he has all those.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So he has all that background where then I picked his brain and watch him. You know, even though I used to get yelled a lot, you know. But I always watched, even though I wasn't maybe doing it at the time when I was a kid, but I always watched and I know exactly, okay, what prosciutto to get. You know, there's 1,000 prosciutto, there's 1,000 cheeses.
Yeah.
So I kind of got my palate. So my palate got used to good food. So my palate kind of knows what really something's supposed to taste like, you know? Like for me, prosciutto, I still only taste that way. If it's another way, that's not.
Damn.
It's not going to go.
So, I mean, that gives you so much experience with when you're coming over and trying new foods. You are,
Correct.
you know, see, I will say this, coming from myself, I love cooking. That's one of my favorite things to do. But I also understand the art and how much time, when someone cooks you a home cooked meal, like if they're cooking it, they're washing they're putting limes on the chickens, they're washing their meat, they're doing all this stuff. They're taking the time. I think a home cooked meal or a cooked meal from the heart, it goes wonders,
well,
man.
I think that's what it is. I think a lot of people here, I think some businesses, you know, make the mistake that they just think, okay, I'm going to open up the door, buy chicken, do this, and just it's going to sell itself. it doesn't happen
Those
that way.
extra steps, those and sometimes, man, those steps are like 10 extra minutes.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's not really, yeah, people think, oh, really? But that extra step or that extra ingredient or that extra, it makes a difference.
It makes a difference, and
Absolutely.
I think it cumulatively, like you have made you've made a staple, but you are making an here in South Florida. You are known. Like people. I have people in my studio that say, "Oh, I tell all my friends." Like everyone that knows, it's known as the top of the line sub shop.
Thank you. And look, in their field, because obviously I've been busy. We don't even have a sign outside. So
And that's another. Can we talk about that real quick here? Can we? I want to make sure we post a picture of his shop right here. But yeah,
like people say, oh, it's not you stone further out, but when you're driving by, you see Mo's Deli. Nobody's thinking, okay, I'm gonna go there for an Italian sandwich, right? So considering all those. Kind of issue from the outside, you come inside and it feels like you're in a piece of Italy, or New York, that everybody's very friendly. We never charge for coffee, so people come in, hey, here's an espresso, here's cappuccino, here's a cannoli, so make people feel like they got a place to come, when they come here.
I think that's something that we also pride ourselves in, and I think good business owners do pride themselves in culture. They treat that culture when you come in, you feel like you're home. You feel like you could be like, oh, a lot of people. I'm like their therapist. They come in here and they'll sit and they'll do their podcast, and then they'll be like, hey, you got a second to talk? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then,
Absolutely.
Oh man,
even when we hire, I don't care what background they have, as long as they're people person, because I want them to feel, listen, at the end of the day, we're making the sandwiches, we'll make sure that everything comes out right. And then the final step, what adds, let's say, the cherry on the cake is be able to feel like, oh, wow, the guy remembers me what I get, or the coffee, or this. Sometimes people, because, the windows in their field, you can see the cars pulling in. We see a customer, already know what he gets. So the sandwich is ready before he even walks in. And he's like, oh, wow. So, that's customer service.
So I guess I can tell you a little background about me. I don't think you know this, but I used to work in a Jewish deli.
Oh, wow.
Before here, I was a manager for the deli. Shout out 2nd Street Bagel and Deli. I don't know if you've been there, but it's real close by.
Oh, I have to check them out.
Right across.
You got bagels and all
bagels,
that?
all the great bagels, great stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I was the dishwasher for a long time. Wow. And I'd come out, and every single person asked me, oh, I didn't know the owner was working. Oh, you're the owner? Because of how I treated them. I'm taking their garbage.
And it's crazy you say that, because it seems funny, because some of my staff tells me that. But there was a day that, not just a day, but there's a few times when we got very busy, right? So obviously everybody knows what to do. We got a system. So let's say the dishwasher needs help. I'm there washing dishes. So it's like, people are like, oh my God, how you have all those stores and you're washing dishes? It's part of the business. You never forget where you come from, number one. And then you have to make sure everything works and goes the right way. So if whatever needs help, we're going to do. We're not worried about who's the owner, who's the manager. No, everybody is equal. Me, the worker, we're all on the same page.
And I love
put in the work.
And that's huge, because there's no time. And that's also
there's no boss.
Yeah.
There's no boss. If you have that mentality of being a boss, it doesn't really get you anywhere. Maybe back in the days, but now you need the staff, they need you need each other, and that's how you're gonna move forward. Or else they make our business,
and
it's the family.
And that's what I was gonna really say, is that loyalty goes a long way, man.
Absolutely.
Because nowadays, if like you say one wrong thing to someone, they're out. They're not, But if you have built that foundation with that
and
person,
there's a lot has to do with respect.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I see a lot of business owner talking to their staff like, when I go out to eat, I'm like, I would never do that. There's ways to say certain things, but I think that, like you said, goes a long way, and that's how you become successful, because now people are starting to look at the business like it's their own. And, I like to give. So I'm a guy that, my staff's doing well and there's opportunity to grow, I want to go with the people that I already have with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do.
And I love it. And you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
So Antonio, I want to dive into a couple. I got a couple questions, because I think a lot of people have asked me this. Where did the name come from? What's up?
So what's up?
What's up?
Because we see each other. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man?
Yeah.
So I'm like, and in Florida, sub, even though in New York they say hero, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Baguette. Some people use baguettes. I think it was like, What sub? So sub is for sandwiches.
I use sub. I've always set when I'm from
Okay.
Jersey, so I would always say subs. Let's get some subs.
So now, sometime because that name, people get mislead a little bit. They're like, oh, so I don't want a sub. I want a hero. But when they come in and they have the product, then obviously they change their mind.
And then, so you think you're moving people from hero, now they're calling subs? They're like,
I think so, man. Everybody comes in, I want to get a sub.
Oh, nice.
And it sounds more like cool. Let's be honest. It sounds cool. You're not going to say, oh, can I have a hero? No, I want to have a sub.
No, I personally have always called it a sub, and I've loved, like, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, they definitely have subs here. Like,
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So that's it came like at the beginning, I'll be honest, it didn't, like any name, no name at the beginning when you first open, it sounds right. But then as people get to know about it, it becomes, oh, wow, that's great. Because at the beginning, I heard people like saying, oh, what the sub, what's what sub? Like they couldn't pronounce it. But now, as we've been more, active, social media, obviously more store opening up, more people knowing about us, it became kind of like, they know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was gonna say you have done an incredible job on social media. Just got to give your hat.
And I'm not even good. I mean,
I know.
appreciate that. I don't.
But I know
I
that's
use common sense, which some people don't have.
Yeah.
It's not so common those days.
No, I was gonna say and the videos, they just look. Your food looks good. It looks good. It's good quality stuff. I'm gonna take a second. I want you guys to see. We're gonna throw a couple of clips in here. Take a look at what Antonio's doing with What's Up. Take a look. All right, so incredible. So you're making everything fresh. You're putting things in the ovens. Are you making the sauce?
We make the sauces, absolutely.
There?
Absolutely.
Every morning, or how?
We make the sauce in one store and then we bring it out to the other stores. So everybody has the same consistency.
That's very smart.
That's why, luckily, Google, Yelp, we're all anywhere from 4.8 to 5 stars. So that's good.
So it's all consistency.
Yes,
the product
yes.
that you're getting is always going to be
Correct.
the same.
Correct.
Now, all right, I got to ask, how many breads do you go through a day, would you say?
So, obviously, I go base, I guess, Deerfield. We can go anywhere from, to be honest, could be 180 to 300. And then you got Friday and Saturday, they can go to 400 to 600 for the day. It's a lot. It's a lot of bread.
And you're also
And it's a lot of takeout lately. So before, people came in during lunchtime, and you had to wait a long time. Now, all that business went through DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber, the website. So sometimes you come in the door, like, oh, there's nobody here. Meanwhile, we're making 80
yeah, sometimes I'll walk in and I'll be like, oh my, and then I'll see everybody in the back I'm like, oh my gosh, Antonio's checking that's another thing. You check every meal.
Yes, when I'm there, and each store that I'm at, I check this.
I've noticed that. Anytime someone brings it up, you check, you look. I'm like, that's
why I did that little table in Deerfield, because sometimes they're making a lot of sandwiches. It could happen that they forget the cheese. So I could be the last person to check it to make sure I fix that mistakes. Or if the way I make a mistake, I got my other guys that could catch on it.
Of course, so, and that is huge for the
That's how you're gonna grow.
Exactly, quality, keeping things consistent, keeping customers happy, because someone gets honestly, any sub that you get from there is, even if you forget something, I'm still gonna eat it.
But it's like certain restaurant, like at the beginning they're all great, and then you get comfortable.
Yep.
So then you start saying, okay, no, it's fine. No, you have to always act like it's the first day. So every sandwich that goes out can go out to a lot of people, or it can go out to maybe somebody that, you never know who's going to eat that sandwich when it goes out.
Just like how you never know who you're going to meet. You always want to dress and all that or whatever, present. It's the same thing. You don't know who's. This is actually what I was going to kind of jump into is the whole catering has been a huge thing now for you.
Yes, catering. I mean,
Like-
just today we had, just on catering, maybe a little over 300 sandwiches. You know, it's a lot, man. And the space, you know, it's big, but it's not that big.
Oh, it's not. And that's what I'm saying. That's what blows my mind. This guy's pumping out 300. And the places that you're at are
Small.
small.
We have a commissary in Wellington where we do all the baking now, and that helps because if I had to do the baking in one of my stores now, it would have been impossible.
Wow. Okay.
you know.
Okay. So that's good. But everything's what's up.
Absolutely.
Everything's.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's incredible. So we're catering now. We're doing online orders. You can also get in-store orders as well. Can you go ahead and just let us know a couple of the locations? Just let the
So
audience
right
know.
now we have Deerfield, we got Fort Lauderdale, we got Boca, we have PGA that's opening up January 5th in Palm Beach Garden. Then we got Boynton that's opening up sometimes in March. And then we have more along the way that, you know, I can't say right now, but we'll see.
Incredible,
All right,
man.
kids.
I'm so happy for you. So, all right, I got a couple more questions because first off, I know you're making a huge staple in this community. I've already told you a couple times, especially here at the podcast studio, but growing up in Italy, I know you said your background with your family. Did you guys have a pretty big community over there? Were you all involved? I know being in the restaurant, just is a community been a part of your business or your life always?
Yeah, always, man. I always been around food, been with people that it's in my life has all been food.
Always been
Food and soccer.
Well, and
that's all I watch.
well, to be honest, if you have food, you have a community. If you have sports, food, yeah, I guess that is true.
Absolutely. You know, because I feel like the good thing about this business is that at some point I think everybody worked in a restaurant.
Yeah.
At some point, whether it was a busboy, dishwasher, manager, delivery, you know, everybody's done it when maybe they were younger. You know
And
what
that
I mean?
teaches you those core lessons.
Yes.
Also, it teaches you how you wanted to be treated at a restaurant.
Absolutely. I think everybody should be treated the same. You know what I mean? And I mean, listen, it's nice when you get certain people maybe that you see on TV, you know, wow, you know, the guy came all the way to he made a sandwich. But at the end of the day, you know, everybody's the same. You know, everybody comes in, you're supposed to treat everybody with respect, and like you know, you want them to come back as well, you know, because that's part of the business. So they come in a stranger, and then you want them to leave.
Dude, there's no wonder why your business is so successful and just how much success it's going to be going. And man,
Hopefully.
no, it's happening. I already know it. I see it, man.
I know
mean,
everybody tells me, it goes, no, it's happening. I was like, I like to, you know, always think negative, so then it's a great
that's fair.
outcome.
Hey, that's fair. But all I can say is I knew when you came in here and did that Budo podcast. Shout out. I apologize in advance. Joe Budo, Rob Budo.
Talking about Budos, that's right here. The
So-
Budo on seeds.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to tell a couple people about. So you want to tell the story?
So this the Budo with a chicken cutlet with the vodka sauce, pesto, fresh mutts. Then we have the Arthur Avenue that's on focaccia with 24 months aged prosciutto di Parma, stracciatella, sun-dried peppers, and arugula. Yeah, the Budo is
It's delicious,
one.
unbelievable. And you made them here in studio. I don't know if did you make the Budo? Like, did the Budo get produced right here? Did you?
No, so kinda. So what happened is they came 2-3 times and they drove from Parkland to have a sandwich, and I kept running out of bread. They came under like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and that's when we started getting busy. And I felt so bad. So one time I gave them a card and said, listen, next time you come, it's on me. I'm going to save you the bread. No problem. They came back. They loved it. You know, then they started coming more often, and we did the podcast. And I said, you know, I need to, you know, I appreciate them. You know, with the podcast, they got me, you know, a lot of business as well. So I wanted to name a sandwich. I needed a short name. And I'm thinking. I'm like, you know what? Budo. So I asked him, I was like, can I use your name for one of my sandwiches?
That's awesome.
And it went, and it's one of my, those are two of the top selling items in the store.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And this one, everyone's telling me to put chicken cutlets on it. That's right.
Yes, everybody gets the cutlets now.
And it's awesome. With
Yeah.
the chicken cutlets on that Arthur Avenue, it's delicious.
Absolutely. You know, it's a good combination. You know, it's like you know, like they cordon bleu, they put ham.
Yeah, whatever. All the
fills you
yeah,
up, absolutely.
It's amazing. All right, so you mentioned something in this last, and I actually wanted to touch base on this, and then we'll kind of get wrapped up. But you said you ran out of bread. So I want to know a little bit about like some of the early struggles and what you had to do to figure out maybe some advice for some early business owners, something like that. But like, what were you making so much? Did everybody want so much sandwiches that you just didn't know what to expect?
No,
or?
the thing is we keep the bread fresh every day. So that's the key. Or else it's not going to taste the same. Especially in Florida. It's not like other parts of the U.S. Here, it's very, like if I leave a piece of bread out with the humidity, it'll get hot as a rock in minutes. So you can't do that. So everything has to be fresh every day. So you try to go at the beginning, because you don't want to, you're thinking about, okay, if I don't sell them, then it's going to go to waste. So we always give them out to maybe local businesses. Hey, take the bread, or the people in my plaza, so it's just, we started with I remember I started with 20 sandwiches, 15 sandwiches a day. It went a long way.
Wow.
So then we're making
Listen
30 breads,
to that, man.
50 breads. So I think everybody that's starting a business, anything, because every business functions the same way. It's just that, as far as the back end. But, I think the main thing, to be honest, is love what you do, care enough. There's no working 9 to 5. You're working 24/7, even though the sub hours the sandwich shop hours are 10 to 5. We're working 24/7. And unfortunately, you have to have capital, because that's really what kills most businesses. Without money to sustain, because you need at least 2 years of business, because how if your first year, there's nothing to compare it. So if the first year you're losing $300,000, now the second year, maybe you're getting that back. But if you don't make it, how if it's growing or not?
Yeah.
So what's good? What's something good if nobody knows about it? So it takes time, it takes work, it takes money, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you just have to believe in it, and that's what it is. But I knew, I like to be negative, but I knew eventually it was going to work. So I always, I knew it was good, because like I said, I put a lot of work into it, and the product is good. The products come, the prosciutto, all the cocos come from Italy. And, it's hard really not to like it, right?
Yeah. And
the bread is good.
It's the bread, everything. And you really said a really good point about the whole thing about that business, right? Being that 1 to 3 years. And it's true. And it's honestly what I tell my podcasters. Some of my podcasters, I tell them, you have to treat it like a business. You have to show up. You have to produce. You have to post.
No matter what it is.
No matter what. The consistency will bring you. I mean, listen, there's only one of you.
Correct.
And I try and tell people that there's only one of you.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you're consistent and posting, you have people that are watching what you're doing. And if you just keep showing up continuously.
Every day.
Every day.
You could be here. I could be here today, and tomorrow I might be here.
Yeah.
You can, once you're here, you can only go down.
Yep.
So you need to perform at the best of your games. If you're sick, not sick, the show must go on.
And I was also going to say, that also shows the dedication, the love, the amount of passion that you put into it. That's what I see, is like, this person's showing up even when this happened, even they're showing up. And
this is like the first time that I'm, I don't have a What's Up shirt on. I literally in What's Up clothes. I think my whole closet is What's Up, white, black, gray shirt.
And I'm surprised I was even able to.
The shoes too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And I'm even surprised that I got you. I mean, I know you're so busy, so I just want to make sure that. Listen, everyone, you guys got to go check out Antonio What's Up. He's been doing incredible things. We're going to continue to work together, collaborate, because I appreciate good people. I appreciate authenticity, and I appreciate a good fucking sandwich. Excuse my language. And you got one right here, man. So, listen, what else you want to tell the audience for this time being? Because listen, the floor is yours now. I want you to give any advice, anything that you would want my audience to maybe take away from this podcast.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think it's very simple, because it worked for me. Like you said before, it's love what you do and do it the best way you can. Don't worry about, I don't look at competition. People come into the store, they're like, oh, this guy opened up, the other guy opened up, oh, they're trying to do the same bread as you. They're trying to do this. I ignore that, because at the end of the day, it's not the business fault. People come in, like to compare, putting places together. But I always say that, people can copy you, but they can't duplicate you. So at the end of the day, that's the way it is. We started this looking at what I think I could do better. I didn't look at what he was doing, what they were doing. You know what I mean? That's really, because if you do not do something to try to hurt somebody else, it doesn't work. Like I said, I think there's a lot of good sandwich shops around, and a lot of people, they just like, everybody has a favorite sandwich. Like roast beef, we don't have. So, you want roast beef, there's a lot of other places to go.
Yeah.
Or, what's another favorite sandwich that you have that I don't have, maybe?
Let's see. You got meatballs. You got chicken parm.
Well, no, there's pastrami, for example.
Okay, pastrami.
There's a great place in Boca. I forgot the name. They do a phenomenal job. So at the end of the day, everybody is good for certain
That's what I was gonna
style sandwich.
Exactly.
Cheesesteaks. I don't know what makes a great cheesesteak, but
Skinny Joe's cheesesteaks.
that's it.
Skinny
So,
Joe.
all the way to Philly. and so that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody has their thing, their item. And like I said, I think that there's good sandwich shop. I know there'll probably be more opening up because now sandwiches, pizza is like the new thing. But I think we're probably top. And don't forget, we got top 100 in all the U.S.
Yeah, they got top 100 in all the U.S. And I think you got what, first, second, and first?
No, so
what'd you get in Florida?
I don't know how. No, so based on Yelp's,
Yeah.
we have top 100. So I don't know how they base it on the order, but we got the top 100 sandwiches in all U.S.
That's
and I always say, especially in Florida, South Florida, there's a few good sub shop. I would say we're probably in the top 3. And I definitely know that we're not second and third.
You definitely know you're not
Second and third.
so they're number 1. That's
I'm
great.
joking.
That's awesome. No, they are the number 1 sub shop down here in South Florida. But like you said, there's if you're not feeling that today, you'll feel it tomorrow or the next day or some other stuff. Just like a pie. There's other studios, but the difference is the people behind it.
Well, it's all about the people. That's why I said, at the end of the day, they can open up literally a sub shop with the same items I have right next to me, and it doesn't matter. I have to look what I do. You can't force people to like your product or to come see you. All you have to do is be the best version of yourself, and it'll work out itself. You don't have to copy or try to do anything that somebody else is doing.
That's awesome. No, you're right. All right, man. Well, I had a great time with you. I know I'm going to get some great clips out of this. I can't wait to show everybody.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on January 5th, when we open up the store in PGA, we're doing a giveaway that we'll post on our Instagram for sandwiches for that day. So we're going to be posting it on Instagram. And soon we're going to get our own app for your phone.
Okay.
You can get points and all of that.
That's actually okay. So that was actually my last question. So this is my wrap up question. So we kind of mentioned. So we got January 5th. We got some stuff coming. We got an app coming. But what else? What else is in store?
I mean, I'll be honest. We getting a lot of requests from different sides of Florida. Believe it or not, it seems funny, but I got people asking me about Los Angeles. But right now, it's too early for that. We have to walk before we run.
Okay.
So I'm in that sense, as much as of course, I would love to do it. And it's not. And I'll be honest with you, it's not even about doing it. And I promise you, this is nothing to do with the money. It became fun. It became like a game where you want to try to see if you could create something that maybe nobody has done, which is consistent sandwich shop where it's on quality and not based on things that are frozen or, quality every day. Because, no offense to McDonald's, Burger King, we're trying to do it the healthy way, because at the end of the day, those are all imported from Italy. The bread is made in-house, 80% water. So why not? Why not trying,
I love
everybody to get a piece of it.
Yeah, and then that means that anytime you go to What Sub, nothing's frozen, everything is made in house.
Absolutely.
And this bread, I've had people tell me that they have gluten problems. This has no problem. They have no problem with this.
And we're also working on making sandwiches with, let's say, the focaccia with maybe a spicy flavor, or with rosmarino, or maybe with like prosciutto inside.
Oh,
so there's things that we're working on, as we grow. But like I said, the main thing is we still want to keep the product the way it is now, because the problem of a lot of business that grow is they grow too fast, or they don't grow the right way, and then they cut on the product. I would never want to do that, or else I would sell it before I do that, before I start serving something that it's not
Yeah, because then
what I
then
stand.
it's not exactly.
No.
You don't stand for that
I
anymore.
can't go out and somebody goes, "Oh, your sandwich suck." I can't.
You can't. And you know, I don't think you've ever had this, but I believe that if anybody ever had any issue, you'd go above and beyond
And
to
that's
make
one thing,
make-
correct. And that's
make-
one thing I want to tell people that, and this is not just for my business, for any business. If you go somewhere you don't like it, even if you're not gonna go back, let the business or the manager know, because I think that's how they're gonna be able to fix it. Because we can't be everywhere. We can't be, everywhere. We got families, so you can't be at the store all the time. But if there's an issue, let us know, and we'll make it right, or at least we know so it doesn't happen again. And that's how we're also able to grow from our mistakes. Listen, we take the good and the bads, but I look on Yelp, Google all the time. I don't sleep at night. I'm looking at say, okay, who wrote the review to make sure that everything went smooth. So if there's an issue, I get to fix it.
I love it. All right, everyone that has had a What's Sub here at Podcast Junkies, you need to go leave a 5-star review down at Antonio's What's Sub, because, hey, he's doing things that you guys are going to be a part of. And this is something that, I love every time that I have an event here. I have people, What's Up's coming, right? What's Up's going to...
It's funny. I did an event in Boynton for somebody for a wellness center. And there was a couple people that were here at the party, and they came and they said, like, "Oh, I just had your sandwich 2 days ago."
Oh, that's awesome.
The podcast. I was like, wow.
What wellness?
Let me see the name.
Because it could have been, I hope it was one of my people.
It's called Field Wellness Spa in Boynton. It's brand new.
All right, well,
Some of the people there they went to the grand opening, because we catered that grand opening, and they were like, "Oh, Anthony, I just ate your sandwiches 2 days ago."
I love it.
So it's nice how everybody connects, everybody knows each other, you know, and that's more of a reason why I want to make sure that my product is always good and consistent, because I wouldn't sleep at night if I didn't please anybody the right way.
And dude, you do an amazing job, Anthony. Antonio, sorry, I said Anthony. Sorry, Antonio.
My teacher used to call me Anthony, Antonino, Antonio.
Okay, I was like, you said
got
Anthony,
four
and then I
names.
was like, wait a second, wait, Antonio, yeah. But dude, man, this was incredible. I can't wait for this to get out, so people can see, learn. You've been, things keep popping up into my head, because you've even had some pretty viral influencers come in there, do some shows and videos
absolutely.
and stuff like that.
We got a few also coming in. They come in and they just, like I said, I let them do their thing.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't seem like you prep anything different.
It's very natural.
It's the same thing.
And like I said, I always tell people, I say, listen, you do the video, do what you got to do, and you review it based on how you want to do it. Like I said, I'm not going to tell somebody, hey, you have to say that my product, I think, speaks for itself. And that's all I could do, man. Like I said, we try, as long as we try to please as many people as we can, and even though that's impossible, but we try, and I think we're doing a pretty good job so far.
And this era of social media is only just going to keep growing for you. And I
Absolutely.
think for you just keep posting your food. The moment you make that bread.
Well, you're gonna come one day. I'm gonna invite you to the bakery. You can do a live.
Oh my God,
show at the bakery.
that would be awesome.
You get to put the apron on. You have to put the
Yes,
the net, and we'll go.
Wait, that's gonna be a been there, done that.
Correct. That's a great.
So I
idea.
have never been to a bakery, and we just.
Did you bake bread?
I've never baked bread before.
we'll have some
Well,
fun.
I'm sorry. Wait, I've helped my sister do the sourdough. I've folded her sourdough before. She does a really good sourdough.
Okay. Oh, so I love sourdough.
But that's all
you
I've
have
done.
to bring me some.
Hey, I'm going up. I'll bring you a loaf. I'll get one for you. She does a great one. But I would love to. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we should make that happen.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Anytime.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Been There, Done That. I'm Pod Castro. And remember, guys, just stay you, stay authentic. Make a culture, be with your friends, have a good time, and eat some good sandwiches.
And one sub at a time.
And one sub at a time. Hey, thank you so much.
Pleasure, my man.
All right, guys. See ya.